It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Thursday, the 27th of November. It is Thanksgiving Day 2025. I'm Michael Groff. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And on this day of thanks, let me just first start out by saying a big thank you to my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation, the one and only Michelle, for filling in for me yesterday and giving my voice a day of rest, another one. And I'm very thankful, speaking of that, to have most of my voice back from this laryngitis. I'm at about 80% now, and we're going to continue to claw out of this, hopefully, over the next few days, and by maybe late this weekend, early next week, back to full strength. But, of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank all of you guys for all of your continued support. This has been an amazing year for this channel. But all of you that have been hanging out with us for over 9 years now doing these weather discussions, I really do appreciate each and every one of you. So again, a big thank you. All right, the weather is something to be thankful for around here, considering that there are parts of the country that are experiencing blizzard conditions, snow, cold, wind. Nothing like that here. You can see behind me. Yeah, just some high clouds around. A beautiful Thanksgiving day with high temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Some of the warmest desert spots will flirt with 80 degrees this afternoon. We'll continue with above average temps as we go into tomorrow and the weekend, but we've been talking about a cold front, a change over toward cooler weather for next week. Is that still on the table? Do we still have any precipitation chances? We will talk about that and so much more as we dive on in and discuss first the Almanac from yesterday. 75 degrees was the afternoon high here in Phoenix after a morning low of 52. 72 and 50 are the averages for this time of year. Fortunately, we will not be anywhere near that 89 degree record high. So again, something else to be thankful for. Looking outside now at 11:20 a.m., some high clouds around. We're sitting at 72 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 43, relative humidity 35%. Winds are light and the barometer is steady. All right, satellite picture out here across the west. We put this in motion for you, and you can see, yes, high clouds are coming on through. No real meaningful weather out of that, just some mid and high-level clouds around for the next 12 to 18 hours or so. Those will start to clear on out of here overnight tonight and tomorrow. High pressure will remain the dominant feature at least into the weekend, and then a trough of low pressure will move on in to the west later this weekend and early next week. And, of course, we're going to talk about that in just a moment. Across the country, the watch warning map, and yeah, winter storm watches and winter weather advisories from South Dakota, Sioux Falls, over through Des Moines and Chicago and Milwaukee, and over into parts of the central Great Lakes. Some wind advisories, winter weather advisories, and those extend into the Northeast as well. The lake effect snow going on up there. It's cold, it's windy. I've seen temperatures down in the single digits and teens over parts of Montana, North Dakota this morning. And that's where we have some more winter weather conditions expected there as well. Temperatures elsewhere in the northern plains, the Midwest, in the 20s, 30s for parts of the central and eastern Great Lakes. If you want to find warm air, you'd have to go all the way down, well, here to the southwest, South Texas or South Florida, where at last check, the temperature in Miami, 82 degrees. But I mean, for the most part, it's pretty chilly. Of course, it's late November. What else would you expect across most of the country? All right. Checking out the convective outlook for today. We don't anticipate any organized severe weather, but a little bit of thunder may be possible over parts of South Florida, and you might even get a little thunder snow parts of upstate New York. The tropics, the Atlantic, the Caribbean, the Gulf. I mean, the season's basically over for all intents and purposes. It runs through the 30th of November, which is Sunday, but we don't expect anything to develop out here, nor do we in the East Pacific. It should remain quiet until next spring. Of course, what do? We keep an eye on how things are progressing. The precipitation outlook valid through Thursday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, I suppose, conceptually, we might see a few hundredths of an inch. We'll talk about that. But really, across the state, there's just not going to be much opportunity for any meaningful rain or snow. And that's because we've seen this trend. We started talking about this earlier this week, and it's just a trend toward drier conditions and the main storm track kind of staying to the north of us. We're going to talk about that right now as we get to the models, have a look at things. This is the GFS. It's the 12Z run. This is valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. The upper look at 500 millibars. It's about 18,000 feet up. trough in the east, ridge out here across the west. And so if you want to find the cool air, kind of that fall or even early winter feel, well, you have to go east. But around here, it's warm, it's dry. And so down at the surface for the rest of the day today, we'll call it partly to mostly cloudy across the state. But when we say mostly cloudy, these are high clouds, cirrus clouds mostly. The sun is going to poke through. So it's still going to just be a beautiful day. Obviously, you know that if you've already been outside, if you have any outdoor activities planned the rest of the day today or this evening, the weather's not going to be a problem. Highs this afternoon, mid to upper 70s. The warmest desert spots could get pretty close to 80. For tonight, the sky is partly cloudy. Overnight lows mainly in the 50s. Of course, we'll drop into the maybe mid and upper 40s in the coolest desert spots. Of course, obviously, well below freezing up north, places like Flagstaff and over toward Window Rock and the Grand Canyon, you'll be well below freezing. But down here in the deserts, just a seasonably pleasant overnight. And then for tomorrow, it's basically the same forecast. We'll take a couple of degrees off of the afternoon highs, still in the mid 70s here in Phoenix with mostly sunny sky. Might see a couple of high clouds passing by, and that's really the same story for Saturday. Highs low to mid 70s, the sky mostly sunny, the air continues to be dry. Here's Sunday. A trough is expected to drop southeastward into the Intermountain West, but the trajectory of this system has changed pretty dramatically over the last few days as we've started to chronicle here, and that trend continues, and it now looks like it's a pretty shallow trough as it is, a short wave, and the majority of this system is going to stay to the north and east of us, passing across the Rockies. The tail end of it will clip across the Four Corners. And so on Sunday, temperatures might come down a couple more degrees, but we're still going to be in the upper 60s to low 70s here in Phoenix. The sky mostly sunny. There could be some breezes in northern Arizona. And I guess there might be a stray rain or snow shower in northern Arizona Sunday night, maybe early Monday. But for the most part, this is just going to come through in fairly quiet fashion. And so as we go to Monday, high temperatures, yeah, they'll probably drop towards 70, maybe the mid and upper 60s here in Phoenix. But for the most part, we're not expecting the cool down that we were looking at earlier this week. So it sure looks like, temps will cool down closer to seasonal averages, but that's about it. No real chance of precipitation. This is Tuesday. This is Wednesday. And conditions look to stay fairly dry. Now, of course, just north of us, we got rain and snow over the Intermountain West. And again, another trough, highly positively tilted trough, is going to come on in here by about Wednesday or Thursday of next week. Let's look at that here. This is a week from today, Thursday, the 4th of December. And a trough will try to come through here. You see a piece of energy is off the Southern California coast, but this big ridge is over the Northeast Pacific, and I just don't see this system having any real moisture associated with it. It's not going to have the opportunity to go over the Pacific and pick up any moisture. This will be an overland trajectory. So could there be a shower around here over parts of Arizona Wednesday night, Thursday of next week? Conceptually, as it stands right now, yes, but the chance of that is pretty low. So we're going to just go ahead and for now keep the forecast fairly dry. High temperatures will still hold somewhere in that 67 to 71 range, which is close to seasonal averages, maybe a couple of degrees above average as we go into the middle and latter part of next week. This is Friday the 5th. And again, some energy may break away and kind of get off the central northern coast of Baja or Southern California. But look at that ridge over the Northeast Pacific and drifting back toward the Bering Sea and eastern Russia. I mean, there's a big ridge up there. And in a setup like that, the shortwave energy will come down into the west, but most of it will stay over land. So it's just not going to be a favorable setup for us to get anything in here in terms of precipitation unless that area of low pressure off the Baja somehow starts picking up some tropical moisture and then we start seeing that pushed up our way, which is possible. But right now, we're not really looking at that. Some of the ensemble guidance is, but it's just too far out to really we kind of have any specifics on right now. This is the end of the forecast period, Saturday, the 6th of December. And again, low pressure to the south and west of us. We could see some high clouds around here, but other than that, temperatures close to, if not a shade above seasonal averages. Highs anywhere from about 68 to 73 most days, with just some passing clouds. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble. And again, this is one of those interesting setups here. The ensemble guidance has a huge spread here. We've got some members in this 31-member ensemble in the GFS that show nothing. You got others over 2 inches. You get the ensemble mean is pulled up by these extremes. So I'm not really buying into these higher amounts now. Euro ensemble is kind of the same deal. I mean, the ensemble mean is still, up over 1 inch. And the control member it's at 2.5 inches. But again, look at the model spread here. You've got a 51-member ensemble. You've got a number of models that show 0. You've got others at 3 inches. So huge spread, these kind of high amplitude patterns, could it flip back the other way? Could we start looking, to tilt it back toward wet weather? Yes. Could it be an extended period of very dry weather? Yes. And right now, I'm doing a discussion, so if you ask me, which obviously if you're watching these videos, you are, I would say probability right now is skewing toward drier weather for at least the first week of December. But not everybody agrees on that. This is the Euro AI model, and again, we watch model trends here. Look, this is out through the 11th of December, okay? There's no way anybody with any skill can tell you what's going to happen out at the 11th of December. But what we look at on these ensembles is, number 1, the mean, and number 2, model trends. And the trend here, the ensemble mean is about 0.4 of an inch off the Euro AI. So the trend is clearly down, especially on the Euro AI, which has proven to be a more reliable model in the medium range so far over the last 4 or 5 months. So I would tend to lean with that, but that's not a given. That's just that's one man's opinion, I suppose. All right. Weather's weird. Weather's going to do what it does. We just talk about it here. Temperatures off the national blend of models. The trend is down. It will cool off somewhat, but probably not dramatically so. And I would suspect if the NBM comes out to be accurate, temperatures would remain above seasonal averages through the entire period. We may see a couple of days with highs down in the 60s, though. Don't be surprised if that happens. Let's look at the CPC outlook, the 8 to 14 day period. This is the 3rd through the 10th of December. And the 4th through the 10th of December. And if this is right, temperatures near to above average here over Arizona and actually much of the West. You see, this is the trend that the guys over at CPC are tilting. However, interestingly enough, they still have us in the above average probability of precipitation. And I find that very interesting given model trends that we've seen going on. It'll be kind of fascinating to see how they, the next couple of graphics, the next couple of outlooks that they put out here. I keep thinking they're going to start to tilt probabilities back toward near average or even below average here in this 8 to 14 day period, but they haven't done it yet. And I'm a little curious as to why. All right. That's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video due back here tomorrow morning. And if you should so happen to enjoy these videos and you want to support us, well, first of all, click that like, subscribe button, the notification bell so that whenever a brand new video is posted, you'll get the alerts. Of course, comment. All of that helps out with that almighty YouTube algorithm. Oh, yes, the algorithm that we all must worship at the algorithm altar, I guess, if you're a content creator on YouTube. My goodness, we're still trying to figure that out. Of course, we always encourage your comments, questions, and suggestions. They are always read. And if you really do want to help us out, you want to keep this channel going, just like Clayton did the other day and donated to us via clicking that thanks icon below the video, that super thanks. We really do appreciate that. Our PayPal Groff Show at gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's GROFF show at gmail.com for PayPal. And our Venmo is also linked up down in the description below. And again, I highly encourage you to take advantage of that. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona Weather Discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name. Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out, blogs, videos, everything Michelle related, Kylie related, Adriana related. It's all linked up down in the description below, so check that out. And again, big thanks to Michelle for filling in for me the last, yesterday and last Saturday as I battle the laryngitis. And thank you guys, by the way, for all the nice comments for Michelle. And some people are like, Mike, who? Don't hurry back, Mike. I know. It's a much more pleasant voice to listen to than mine. I will grant you that. All right, folks. Of course, our streaming station available 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music, have a lot of fun with that. And I want you to check out Dan over at the Courtroom Files YouTube channel, The Courtroom Files on YouTube, courtroomfiles.com for all your Courtroom Files merch. He's got a Black Friday sale going on over there. Take advantage of that. Check all that out. Dan is doing some best of material for the holidays here as well. So he's a content making machine, far more so than we are over here. A guy puts out like 11 to 8 videos a day. So I hope you guys are checking that out. He supports us, you support him. Mutual back scratching. We love it. All right. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Again, on this day of thanks, I can't stress that enough. It's one of those things. I really do mean it. I am so appreciative of all of you guys, and be safe. And you know what? I'm going to tell you to stay cool, stay hydrated out there. It's kind of warm out this afternoon. You know, temperatures near 80. This, late in November, it can kind of sneak up on you. So drink plenty of water. You guys have yourselves a terrific rest of your Thanksgiving.